For my Pecha Kucha, I will be discussing the representation of social rejection through the social identity theory in the movie 16 Candles. As a communication studies major, I've become familiar with the social identity theory and have completed a research project on the theory by conducting interviews about asking college students' personal experience on social rejection. I find the specific topic fascinating and thought it would be interesting to see how social rejection is represented in the media. For those that are not familiar with the film, I will give a brief summary of the plot. 16 Candles follows main character Samantha Baker in her day at school on her 16th birthday, which, as the overshadowed middle child, was forgotten by her whole family. Throughout the movie, Sam and several other characters experience social interactions and demonstrate rejection and inclusion from their peers in scenes such as gym class, a school dance, and a high school rager. Throughout the years, social rejection has been an inevitable facet of life that has affected interpersonal communication worldwide. Many researchers chose to use social identity theory, also known as social identity perspective, as means for analyzing social rejection and its effects on personal relationships. The social identity theory is commonly viewed as an analysis of intergroup relationships between large-scale categories. There are 6 basic premises of social identity theory. 1. We create in-groups and out-groups. 2. We internalize our social categories to strive to be prototypical members. 3. We are motivated to view our own social groups positively. 4. Comparing social categories exhibits how in-group bias leads to competition. 5. Social hierarchies are created through ranking social categories. 6. The concept of depersonalization. This is how society reacts to people's group more than individual traits, which means it makes it easy to stereotype. While all 6 premises play a significant role in understanding social rejection, I believe the creation of in-groups and out-groups, how we motivated our view of social groups positively, the effects of depersonalization, and the creation of social hierarchies are the most appropriate aspects to focus on when analyzing 16 Candles. First, we will look at the creation of in-groups and out-groups. In 16 Candles, there are clear in-groups and out-groups. Jake Ryan, the hot senior boy, and his stunning girlfriend, Carolyn Mulford, are the clear representation of an in-group, as they are the glorified and popular couple. Sam, who is in love with Jake, classifies herself as an out-group member, as she is the only sophomore, and claims he doesn't know she exists. Sam's self-classification into an out-group automatically makes her believe that she has no chance with Jake Ryan, therefore, she is shown feeling socially rejected by him throughout the movie. There are several scenes showing Sam and her best friend gawking at Carolyn's beauty, and as she has what it takes to be a member of the in-group. Sam and her friend are demonstrated as outsiders looking in whenever they are around Caroline, demonstrating social rejection. Another aspect of social identity theory represented in 16 Candles is the fact that we are motivated to view our own groups positively because we strive for a positive self-image. In the film, one of the other main characters, played by Anthony Michael Hall, is not even given a name and is called the Geek. Although other people view the stereotype of a geek negatively, he seems to think highly of himself and has a positive view of his own social category. The geek's lack of awareness towards what other people think of him and his positive view of his own social group leads to social rejection. For example, one scene in the film, the geek and his squad roll up to a very big party, overly confident that they were welcome. It turned out that they were not welcome, and the geek ends up getting thrown under a table by football players. Throughout the movie, the geek is shown pursuing Sam. Sam initially completely rejects him solely off the fact that he runs with the nerdy crowd and is a stereotypical nerd, instead of getting to know his individual traits first. This is an example of depersonalization. Before Sam actually got to know the geek, she rejected him based off his group and not his individual traits. Once Sam got to know the geek a little better, she realized he was shockingly confident and likable, and she admired his fascination with her. Although Sam eventually accepts a friendship between herself and the geek, the initial rejection based off of his group and not individual traits is a prime example of depersonalization. Lastly, we will observe how the creation of social hierarchies through ranking social categories can lead to social rejection. The social categories observed in the film include the attractive seniors, the awkward sophomore girls, and the geeky freshmen. The creation of these categories inevitably creates a social hierarchy with the popular seniors at the top and the geek at the bottom. These hierarchies are another reason why the geek is rejected by Sam and why Sam assumes rejection from Jake. Based on the hierarchy of these categories, as a sophomore girl, Sam's social category is ranked higher than the freshman geek. As a hot senior boy, Jake's social category is ranked higher than Sam as an awkward sophomore. Because 16 Candles is a rom-com and the creators obviously wanted to leave viewers happy, Sam ends up with Jake Ryan and the geek actually gets with Caroline. However, 16 Candles does do a successful job in representing why social rejection is an inevitable aspect of high school. In 16 Candles, we saw that the creation of in-group and out-groups, how we are motivated to view our own social groups positively, and the effects of depersonalization and the creation of social hierarchies all play a significant role in the character's social rejection.